In today's video, we continue our Valcam series, focusing in on the best Valcams on NIGHTHAVEN. Now make sure to drop down into the comment section, let us know what the next map you'd like to see in the series, and let's hit that like button and aim for 100 likes on the video. Now if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button and the notification bell so you know when we upload our next video. And without me talking anymore, let's get started. It's Alan from the Dangleberries here, once again teaming up with Elevate to bring you the best cams on NIGHTHAVEN. Now we're going to start off on the top floor for these cams. Now there are so many options when it comes to Valcams, you can place them anywhere. So we're starting here on the second floor at the top of the CC stairs, right above the big NIGHTHAVEN symbol here. If you stand up against that fire extinguisher and use the trajectory to land the camera just on the very top of the ledge there in amongst the bushes, you'll have a really good cam for watching that top kind of plateau area of the CC stairs, anyone coming in the door pushing down that hallway towards the bomb site. Now of course it is still a little bit visible up here, especially for anyone coming up that stairs, so I do have a variation cam that you can use as well. So over by the door there's a couple of bushes hanging down from the ledge above. If you actually go to the right side of that and throw a cam up against the underside of that ledge, it'll break a little bit of the bush. Now you might find a way to do it without breaking any of them, but because the other bush is still there, it's actually really difficult to see this cam. You can't see it coming up the stairs, and as you're coming in the door you can't see it either. So it's a really good cam to use, and again it watches all of that top area, anyone pushing up the stairs or coming in that doorway. So we're going to move over into the main site now, inside servers here. This is kind of like turned over bookshelf or whatever it is in the middle of the floor here. What you can do is actually go downstairs inside of lounge, and right where I've pinpointed on top of the ceiling here, if you shoot a small hole in it, you can actually place a Valcam on the underside of it. Now it might look like you can't really see much from this cam, and I always hear people complaining, oh this cam doesn't see anything. Well, it's about sound, but in this one you do see the entire site. When you rotate the cam around from underneath this table, you can see them coming in from electrical, you can see them coming in from IT room, or coming in from the other bomb site. So this is just a really strong cam and very unlikely to be shot out. So the next one just moves into the next room inside IT. This is for anyone who gets the wall open and the attackers are pushing in. This cam will let you know that there's people pushing in towards IT. You can place the cam just in the corner on the underside of this desk here, and you'll be able to watch anyone coming through that main wall almost all the way up towards the doorway. Now this next cam takes us into electrical, same kind of idea as the one inside the main site. If you go downstairs and right where I've pinpointed on the ceiling here inside lounge, if you make a small hole in the ceiling, you can place a cam on the underside of that little container up inside electrical. Now anyone coming in from connector or coming in the window into electrical, you can pass that intel onto your teammates so you know that they're pushing from this side, and you will have all that extra intel to give to your team. Now this next one actually takes us into connector, and over in the corner here there's this little hanging flower pot up against the wall. You can place a cam just underneath the pot and it'll hide in amongst the plants hanging down. Now anyone pushing through connector will not be able to see it, or anyone who jumps in the window from electrical to check connector, the cam is nicely hidden in amongst the bushes, so you'll have tons of intel for people jumping in the window in electrical or coming in from the front side of the building. So this is again another really strong cam. There's other variations, you can put them in the plants on the floor there just next to the couches, but I like to use that one because it works out for me. Now inside warehouse I have a couple of cams for you here. There's obviously a really simple one that you can throw it anywhere up on this little plateau here. You can throw it in the bushes, you can throw it on the grass, it doesn't really matter where you put it. It's a really strong cam, and I like to kind of put it more behind the bushes because I like to listen for sound, knowing that they're pushing up the stairs, and I can still see some visuals of the door on the other side. But a really good other variation you can use here is on this crane right in the gap there. If you place the cam exactly where I've pinpointed, you again can watch them pushing up the stairs onto that catwalk, and you can pass that intel on to your teammates. Now I know it doesn't see a lot, but again it's a really important key spot there that attackers will be pushing up towards the bomb site. Now Now this next one, it takes us into the main lobby, a really straightforward one but super effective. Really hard for the attackers to find this cam. Just in the corner here on this little bush, if you place it on the back of the wall, you'll be able to see the hallway all the way down towards that 90 hall there, just past the kitchen door, and anyone pushing in the main lobby door. Now I do have another option here that you can use to see the other hallway, is if in the corner of these bushes here. Now if you throw a cam directly onto this bush, it will just fall straight to the floor. You'll see it here. I'm just throwing it onto the bush and it just falls straight onto the ground. So make sure to put it on the edging, on the side of the ledge here. You'll see it'll stay up on the wall and you'll be able to watch that hallway. So it's just another option for you to use if you're playing in the kitchen bomb site. Now moving into the vending area here on the first floor, I have a couple of variations for you here. Just in this little bush next to this vending machine, right where I've pinpointed, if you place a cam, the bushes will not block the camera and you'll be able to hide it in amongst them and watch all of the vending, the door into kitchen, the door towards lounge, and the staircase coming up from the basement. Now the variation to this cam is, instead of having it here, you can actually put it on the nozzle on the coffee machine here, and it just kind of blends in as if it's part of the machine. And yes, you don't see a lot of the right side towards the staircase, but you can still see the window, you can still see the doorway out into lounge and the doorway into the kitchen bomb site. So it's still a really good cam, and again, it's the whole point of Val cams. There's just so many different variations, it's good to know. Now inside storage, a really simple one for getting some C4s from underneath if they're trying to push in and take top control. You can just place it in on top of these barrels here, and anyone coming in that window, you can ping to your teammates and set off a C4. Now this next one takes us down towards the bottom of EXO stairs. Now this cam is really strong one, because if you chuck it up into this very nice little corner here, it's really difficult for them to see this cam when they're coming down the stairs because of that little beam that's going across there, and they almost have to come all the way down to see this cam, and you'll be able to see way before they see the cam and give that intel to your teammates if they're making a push down EXO stairs. Moving into the main side inside assembly here, there's again multiple options. You can stick it up in the corner, you can put it on the floor in the corner, but what I like to do is right next to the bomb chassis here, if you put it up against the side of this white shelving unit here, it's actually not possible for them to see it when they're pushing in that main wall, and you can see on the cam, you can see perfectly that default plant spot. So when they go to jump up on that, you can give that info to your teammates, and if you actually turn the cam to the right as well, you'll be able to see the doorway coming in from EXO, so it's hidden behind the bomb, so it's a really good one to use. Now the next one just moves us over into the animus room, right over in the corner here, in between this little gap in the ceiling. If you place it up alongside that kind of little small pillar, it's a really well hidden cam. As they're pushing in that single wall, they will not be able to see it initially, and they're going to be focusing on the window and the door for any defenders who are trying to push them. So they'll never see this cam up here, and you can pass that intel on to your teammates that they've gotten single wall open, and then you can take control back. Now inside here, for the last couple of cams, down at the bottom of cargo stairs here on the back of this little emergency exit sign. Now it doesn't see a lot, but the good thing about this one is that if you actually make a hole in the wall here, you'll be able to see the hallway all the way down towards the other side where EXO stairs is. So you could have a cam on EXO and a cam here, and you could combo them up to be able to give a lot of intel for attackers pushing down the staircases. Now there is a variation to this, so you can take the cam and actually put it next to this kind of white little kind of box that's stuck up on the wall here on the side of it, and it's actually very difficult for them to see coming down the stairs. And again, their focus is going to be looking towards the doorway into the site or any defenders sitting down in this area, but this cam does see the stairs, the hatch in the corner, and the doorway into the bomb site. So just as kind of bonus cams here as we end the video, make sure to go down into the comment section. Let me know what the next one you'd like to see in the series, or any other tips and tricks you'd like to see on the channel. Now, of course, if you haven't got your hands on any of the Elevate skins, they're all available in the R6 shop, the most recent one being the Maverick one. So go and check them out. They're absolutely fire. And until next time, I'll talk to you in the next one.